My name's Ms. Zeider. I am a 6th grade math teacher at Live for Life Academy. I'm doing something kind of really fun this year with your students. It's called the Flipped Classroom, and I kind of made this video to explain a little bit to you and your students about what the Flipped Classroom is so that it clears up some confusion that you probably have going into the year. So first of all, to understand what I'm doing differently, I'm going to play a little video so that you understand what school has typically been like in the past.
Anyone? The Great Depression, past the, anyone? The tariff bill, the Hawley-Smoot Tariff Act, which, anyone raised or lowered, raised tariffs in an effort. Alright, so even if you didn't quite hear what the video is saying, you kind of get the idea. School has typically been a teacher standing on stage and lecturing to students who are, or maybe are not, always engaged in the lesson and always getting the most out of the lesson that they can. The flipped classroom kind of fixes that. So what is the flipped classroom? The flipped classroom takes the traditional model of school where you do your lecture at home and then you take homework home to practice, and it flips it. So the students will actually get the content, the lectures, at home, and then they'll come to school and they'll come to class where they get to practice one-on-one with me. And there's a lot of reasons that this is amazing, especially at Live for Life, and I'm really, really, really excited to tell you more about it. So first of all, it all started with these two guys, Jonathan Bergman and Aaron Sams. They're teachers in Colorado. They taught 8th grade science. They noticed that a lot of their students were out for long-term illnesses, and they wanted to make sure that those students still had access to the material that they were teaching, even when they weren't at school. So they created this flipped classroom. They just started recording their lectures, like they actually set up a camera in the back of their classroom and just recorded themselves giving their lectures, and then put those lectures online so that the students who were homesick could watch them when they missed class. And it's kind of evolved since then to what I'm doing now in my classroom. So an example of a video that your student might watch at home is here, and I'm going to see if this plays. Let's see here. This is an old example. This is one of my first videos that I ever made. And it is not playing, so let's see.
Math content video recording. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about area and perimeter of rectangles, and we're going to get a tiny little bit into the area of triangles for those of you that feel like you want to go a little bit farther with this content. Alright, our point. For this play area that we wanted to build pickle, but we need to put a fence around it. So the area was going to be 16 feet long and 8 feet wide, and it was going to be a perfect rectangle. So the two parallel lines.
Alright, so you get kind of an idea of the sort of videos that I'm going to be teaching. I'm just giving a really basic overview of the content. Usually the videos that your children will have to watch will be between 4 and 6 minutes long. Alright, so why is this good for your child? Well, think about what usually happens to homework when we send regular homework home, like typical worksheets. As a teacher, I've seen 3 scenarios, really. Either they really understand the in-school instructions so well that they quickly complete it at home or sometimes even at school. Those are, the students that we love to have in class. They're incredible. Sometimes, let's be honest, kids take their homework home and they just copy the worksheet from a friend, and sometimes they just don't complete it and don't turn it in. Also, there are times when they take the homework home and they struggle with it at home and they really try hard to understand the material at home, but our students really aren't engaged enough at home, I think, to really put in that effort to struggle, and I don't think it's fair to expect them to struggle when we're not there to guide them. So the flipped classroom really eliminates this struggle that homework causes. If you don't understand it in class, that's a huge hindrance. That's going to be a really, really bad thing for when you try to do it at home, and this is not happening anymore. So what happens with these videos now, they watch the videos before class, and then they come to school, and they've already learned the material, so I can work one-on-one with them. And the benefits of this are multifold. You can read these here. My favorite benefit is that I get to develop closer relationships with the kids because they kind of have me as like a one-on-one tutor anytime they want it. I'm always there for them to teach them the math through these videos. It also lets me be more of like kind of an in-class guide as opposed to just someone who's standing on stage lecturing at the students, and I love that too. It lets the kids pause, rewind, and fast forward the videos. They're going to have to take short notes on all these videos. So if they miss something that I said, they're not lost like they would be in class. They can pause the video and rewind it and get the stuff that they need. I get to teach without distractions. They get to learn without distractions. You know, there's no other kids in the room that are kicking them and throwing stuff. And at the same time, I get to record my videos in a nice, quiet little room where I don't have to deal with presenting this information when those kinds of distractions are happening. It also allows the parents to get very involved. I welcome you to watch. I ask you to please watch these videos as much as you can with your students. It helps out so much for you to understand the content the same way that I'm presenting it. And differentiation just means that if a student comes into class and they don't really understand everything very well, I can work one-on-one with them. Or if they come into class and they've watched the video and they just understand it and it's perfect, they're amazing, they know everything, I have activities for them that are going to push them farther and challenge them. So nobody is ever bored. Everyone is always working on an activity that's right at their level. It's amazing. I love, love, love the flipped classroom. And this is how it works, just in general here in my classroom. The videos will all be on YouTube. I also have them on Edmodo, which is sort of like a educational social network like Facebook, but it's all education oriented. I suggest watching them on YouTube though, because it's just so accessible for everyone. Everyone has watched a video on YouTube. When they watch their video, they fill out notes. After they show me their notes, they get to put a sticker on their sticker chart. I've given you an example of a sticker chart here on the side. When they've watched 5 videos in a row, we have a little prize. Maybe I'll bring in donuts, or we take them across the street to get ice cream, or give them a pencil or something. And it also lets me keep track that, if they're not watching the videos consistently, I can see that, and I will give them a phone call home to let you as parents know that they're not doing this homework that they need to be doing online. I told the kids, it sounds a little bit ridiculous for me to have to call home and say, you're not watching YouTube videos for homework, so you're falling behind the rest of the class. So this is how I keep track of it. I just need you to send back the survey that I sent home today and let me know about your internet access. If there's absolutely no internet access at home, that's fine. We can make it work at school. However, if there's any way for your students to access these videos at home, I would really appreciate you working hard to make sure that they're watching these videos. Even if you have to go to the library, I usually give them about a week in advance to let them know when a new video is going to be due. So if there's even any way you can go to the library, they should all have earbuds. It was on the school supply list, so they can watch the videos at the library with earbuds. If there's an internet disruption, like the night before it's due or something, just write me a note and let me know, and we'll let them watch it at the school with the laptops. But please, if it's at all possible, I would really appreciate it if you could just make sure they're watching it outside of class. At home as their homework. And it shouldn't be too time intensive. Like I said, these videos are mostly about 6 minutes long, and they only have 1, maybe 2 videos a week. So it's really not that much of a time commitment as long as they can get that internet. Right, so that's basically it. You should have a survey that came home with your students, and you should also have a so the survey is to return, and the letter that I sent home explains a lot more about this. I also went through this process with the kids today in class, so they should be able to explain to you and clear up any questions you may have. If you still have a question, the best way to contact me is through my email. It is at the bottom of the letter, I believe. It's AC as in cat, Z as in zebra, EI, T as in tiger, ER, @gmail.com. Or you can do my Lift for Life email, which is A.Zeider, which is my last name, at liftforlifeacademy.org. All right, thank you. I look forward to meeting all of you, and I look forward to teaching your kids. It's the second day of school right now, and so far it has been an incredible week, and I'm very, very excited about this year. Again, my name is Ms. Zeider. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me via email, and I'm happy to answer them. Thank you.